It's time for the major news on The Bridge 99 FM.
The headlines. Police still unable to access toll road. Jamaican killed in Canadian farm work program. PNP VP calls for unity. In regional news, T&T PM pushes for shift in journalism in the Caribbean. In international news, U.S. First Lady Jill Biden tests positive for COVID-19. In sports, Reggae Girls to face South Korea in international friendly. And FIFA agrees to cancel Brazil-Argentina World Cup qualifier. And in entertainment, judge denies request to ban jurors who have seen Surviving R. Kelly series. Bridge Nation, I am Vaughn Thorpe. And now the details. We begin with local news. The Police Federation has revealed that on-duty police officers are still not able to access the North-South Highway. Chairman of the Police Federation, Corporal Rohan James, explained that a meeting will be held with the toll authority in another attempt to resolve the issue. Corporal James said the meeting with the toll authority is aimed at finalizing arrangements which will prevent delays when on-duty police officers try to access the highway. The discussion surrounding the matter sparked public outcry in May following a fatal motor vehicle crash involving a constable. The police claimed that their colleagues were prevented from continuing on the North-South Highway because of non-payment of the toll. Now, the Ministry of Labour has confirmed the death of a Jamaican farm worker in Canada. He has been identified as 57-year-old Garvin Yap of Tangle River District in St. James. Preliminary reports suggest he was involved in a work-related accident. However, the ministry said the circumstances surrounding his death are still being investigated. The incident occurred on Sunday. Mr. Yap was a 30-year veteran in the Canadian Work Program. Labour and Social Security Minister Carl Samuda is currently touring farms in Canada and has expressed sadness at Mr. Yap's death. And Vice President of the People's National Party, PNP, Ian Hills, who was selected as chairman for the constituency of Western Westmoreland on Sunday, is confident that the party intends to reclaim its former stronghold. However, he made it clear that the party must stop the infighting and create a united organization. The PNP has been plagued by internal battles, especially since 2019 when Peter Bunting mounted an unsuccessful challenge to the then PNP president, Peter Phillips. In a surprise announcement, Lisa Hanna last week publicly declared her decision not to seek re-election in the next general election. The announcement has sparked new debate that her decision stems from disunity in the party. And in regional news, Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keith Rowley, is imploring Caribbean journalists to focus, investigate, interpret, educate and report on the development processes of their countries. Delivering the feature address at the opening of the 53rd General Assembly of the Barbados-based Caribbean Broadcasting Union, CBU, Dr. Rowley said he has been a close observer of Caribbean media. Dr. Rowley said journalists must be able to carry out their function without any government guidance or intervention. He's suggesting that journalists in the Caribbean view every story as a report within the history and uniqueness of the Caribbean. He added that journalists and journalism today must visit and keep revisiting the volumes written on the dangers of cultural imperialism and what it has done and continues to do to the minds of the West Indian people, particularly the youths. On the international scene, First Lady Jill Biden has tested positive for COVID-19 while on vacation with the president and their family. Jill Biden tested negative on Monday during her routine testing and then developed cold-like symptoms Monday night. Mrs. Biden, who is double vaccinated and twice boosted, has mild symptoms. She was prescribed the antiviral treatment Paxlovid, which President Biden also was given after testing positive last month. President Biden first tested positive for COVID-19 on July 21. He was isolated and completed a 5-day course of Paxlovid before testing negative. He then experienced a rebound infection, testing positive again. Earlier this month, the president's doctor said he had received a negative test and was cleared to break his isolation. President Biden is considered a close contact and will be masked while indoors for the next 10 days and when he's in close contact with other people. In sports, Jamaica's senior national women's football team will play South Korea in an international friendly game in South Korea on September 3, 2022. The match, which will be a first ever meeting between the two teams, will also be the first for the Jamaican national team since successfully qualifying for the FIFA Women's World Cup last month. Currently, Korea is ranked 18th in the world while Jamaica is ranked 42. The match will take place in Hwasong Sports Complex. The two countries will also play a closed training match on September 6 at the Paju National Football Training Center, NFC. And the suspended World Cup qualifying game between Brazil and Argentina will not be played. The two countries' governing football bodies said Tuesday after reaching a deal with FIFA to cancel the match. Both teams agreed to pay a fine for not playing the qualifier, which was stopped shortly after kickoff last September when Brazilian health officials entered the field saying 4 Argentina players had broken COVID-19 protocols. Brazil coach Tite and his Argentina counterpart Lionel Scaloni had argued that the risks of injuries and suspensions were too high for the game to be played ahead of the tournament in Qatar. The decision leaves both teams free to schedule September friendlies against different opponents. Meanwhile, Dubai International Airport DIA saw a surge in passengers over the first half of 2022 as pandemic restrictions eased, and the upcoming FIFA World Cup in Qatar will further boost traffic to the city-state's second airfield, its chief executive Paul Griffiths said on Wednesday, August 17. According to reports, the airport handled 160% more traffic over the past 6 months compared to the same period last year, part of an air travel rebound around the world. In entertainment, the judge presiding over R. Kelly's pornography and obstruction trial has denied his lawyer's request to remove potential jurors who watched the surviving R. Kelly documentary. The musician team argued that involving jurors who had watched any part of the R. Kelly docuseries was unfair. R. Kelly is facing allegations that he coerced 5 minors into sex acts and has been accused of producing child sexual abuse imagery. The convicted singer is also accused of conspiring to conceal evidence and intimidate victims. Jury selection has begun for the trial set to last 4 weeks. And that was the Bridge 99 FM and Arajam Radio News Package. News 360, the facts you need. Catch us at 5 p.m. for another News 360. I am Vaughn Thorpe. Have a great day.
And those are the stories making it in Bridge 99 FM's major news package right here on the Bridge 99 FM.